Okay. Hey 59 Pop, how are you doing? Whew, today is a heavy day, but we're gonna go ahead and have this discussion. I was doing good. Um, I had to leave the house in a little bit, but I wanted to talk about something 59 that happened yesterday here in Thailand. It was pretty intense. But before I get started, let me just do a couple of things. Switch this on. Oh my god, my straightener is not working today. Okay, here we go. It's working. Oh, thank you, God. Please, Jesus, let me just straighten this hair. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is warming up. I'm gonna leave it at 09. Soothing voice. Are you guys good? Oh, so we have there's a trigger warning on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see my little thing, but I do want to talk about something today that happened. But hey, Art of War and 59 Pop. How you guys doing before we get started? How's everybody doing? And then we're gonna jump off right into it. I have a couple of things to do today. Oh my God, I'm so behind on my lesson plans. I'm low-key drowning, honestly. I feel like I'm low-key drowning. Like I have a lot going on. And where we only show the highlight reels and stuff, or when things are going good, like I will forever show you guys all things. Am I still lagging? Okay, let me switch to my data and then I think okay. Let's see, is the connection any better now? I switched off my Wi-Fi, and I switched my data on. So how's the Wi-Fi? How is it? How's the connection now? Thank you, Audible. You're saying I'm not drowning. No problems. No problem lasts forever. You'll be okay. You'll get through it. Yes, for sure. And when I say I'm drowning, I'm talking about responsibilities. Like I have too many things that I'm trying to get done. In terms of study, school, the gym, maintaining us. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. But here it is. I want to share something that happened yesterday, but I'm gonna start with something small, like a really small story, like something that's like very minor, and then I'm gonna progress into why I placed this trigger warning on the screen. So yesterday in Thailand, we had a mass shooting, right? Like we had a 14-year-old who went into the school and he shot up the school, right? So, whew, as a teacher, this does something to you, because I remember even when I was talking to my Thai teachers when I was coming back from lunch, I didn't know what was going on. I just saw a message from I'm assuming it's the government or something, that sent like a message out to all Thai numbers, and I received the message that was in Thai. And so I translated the message trying to figure out what's going on, and it just said that we should avoid traffic, we should avoid going down in this direction, because something happened. But they didn't tell us exactly what happened. They just said it was a disaster. And me thinking it's Thailand, maybe it was like maybe in terms of natural. I don't really know. I don't really paste two and two together. And this is, by the way, this is the area that I stayed that this mass shooting happened. Whew, you can't hear me? What, you guys cannot hear me? Let me know if you can hear me or not, because somebody's saying that it's terrible what happened, but somebody else is saying that they cannot hear me. So can you hear me or not? Just let me know before I continue on with this story. Because if you cannot hear me, then it wouldn't make any sense for me to continue on. You can hear me. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I am a teacher here in Thailand, right? I do see a Thai person in the chat. Normally, I don't have Thai people in the chat, but I'm getting to see a lot of Thai people. First of all, my heart goes out to everybody involved in this situation. It is absolutely terrible. And as a teacher, I can tell you this terrified me, not only because obviously of what happened, but because of the age of this little boy. For a 14-year-old to engage in mass shooting, like that to me signals so much. Like there's so much going on, so much to unpack. So let's get started. So yesterday, you guys are saying you can hear me now. I was on my way to lunch, and on my phone I received like this message with like a little warning sign, and it was in Thai, right? Now of course I cannot speak Thai, so I immediately went to my translation apps and try to figure out what this message was about, because I thought maybe it was like a disaster, like maybe there's a natural disaster that's going to occur, maybe it's going to be an earthquake, or maybe, you know, something like that, because it was a mass message. So I'm assuming it went to all the Thai numbers. And it just mentioned, when I translated it, it wasn't very clear. It just mentioned something about a disaster in Nonthaburi, which is the area that I stay in, and that we should avoid certain areas when we travel down this particular, you know, route. Not thinking too much about it. And then I got a message in our teachers group, and it stated that there was a shooting that happened at a school close to where I stay. And I was trying to figure out, like, I thought in my mind it was a stranger that came into the school grounds, and perhaps this stranger shut up the school, or maybe an adult. Turns out it was a 14-year-old that did this. The news, the story is still, you know, uncovering. They're still developing, but 30 people had been shot. 30. This 14-year-old shot 30 people. 30. My accent is a little off, so if you don't hear, if you're 13, I'm saying 30. It's like 30. So far, oh my God, this is so dramatic. So far, they're saying that 5 teachers had been shot. I don't follow this because it's traumatizing me. First of all, I get traumatized very easily. Like, I don't need a lot for me to get traumatized. Like, so 5 teachers have been shot so far. These were all fatal. This is fatal, like they died, right? Like 5 teachers passed away. And then this 14-year-old also shot himself. Like, this baby shot himself too. Like, he took the life of all of these people, and he also took his own life. Like, listen, I'm just saying, there's no blame because I don't know the story, but what I'm saying is, if a 14-year-old does this says a lot. As a person that works with kids, I can tell you the minds of kids are extremely fragile. And so I don't know what this baby went through. And I don't know the story. I don't know what's happened. But what I can tell you is that he shot. So far, 30 people is injured. And out of that, 7 people died. And he is one of the 7 people that died. So he shot himself too. What I'm saying is, this world is very broken. The way we treat other people is extremely important. And so, yes, you might think I'm just speaking like this to him or to her. You don't know what's happening in somebody's mind. People's lives had forever been changed yesterday because apparently this boy also shot his grandfather before he went to school. Like, he shot his grandfather before he went to school. He killed his grandfather before he went to school. And then he went to school, shot, injured, I don't know how it happened, but 30 people, and took his own life too. Like when I tell you that kindness is something that is so important, we think it's, I'm just saying this, I'm just not even gonna think about the way I speak to this person. I'm just gonna do this, I'm not even gonna think about the way I do. You will never know how deeply somebody's being affected by somebody, by something. Somebody said the other day, so I'm also on my way out. Somebody said the other day, I saw a quote or something that says, we are all carrying something. Every person that you see walking around next to you in this world, they are carrying something. Doesn't matter how well they mask it. It does not matter how, put together they seem. Doesn't matter how happy their lives seem. You do not know what people are going through. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably not gonna want to read any more of this story, because one thing I've known about me, I get extremely, I get easily traumatized by stuff. And so I don't want to know any more of this. Like, this already is too much. It's too much already. I can only think about the people affected by this. But the fact that a 14-year-old did this, I cannot wrap my mind around this. And I know it happens all over the world, but Thailand is one of those countries where stuff like this just don't happen. You know what I mean? And yes, we are not saying that it cannot happen, but I'm in this group chat and people were saying they were here for 15 years, 14 years, stuff like this had never happened before. We know a month or 2 months ago, where this foreigner, killed a Thai woman and put her in a suitcase and dumped her on the side of the road. Like, stuff like this don't happen in Thailand. And I think I left my country because there was some level of violence. 5 years ago when I left SA, it was extremely violent. When I went back now, things were better. But mass shootings, a 14-year-old, you guys, before he took his own life. Like, what is happening in the world? People are suffering. They are suffering mentally. And like you said, Elijah, social media is also not making it any easier, because violence is being glorified. If we think about the story of what is that white guy that serial killer who killed all those black people, and it was glorified. He got like a whole little thing on Netflix, and it was like, I'm not gonna lie, they low-key glorified the fact that this was a serial killer. So social media is also not helping. And apparently this child also, there are so many things going on right now. Rest in peace to all the victims that lost their lives. People are still in hospital, so we don't know the number is gonna rise, but I don't want to hear anything more. I don't want to know. All I know is that it's terrible. And so the way you treat people, I think that's the message today, is to think about the way you treat people. Just because, you say something to somebody, you never know how deeply that thing can impact somebody. And again, I'm not saying I don't know that baby's life. I don't know what caused him to do that. And I don't know. I cannot tell you. But what I can tell you is this. As a teacher, this changes everything. Yes, I work in a kindergarten, and it's like, yeah, it wouldn't happen in a kindergarten. This can happen anywhere, right? It can happen anywhere. But pray for those involved. And yeah, middle school, high school can be tough. Exactly. And I don't want to say what I think happened, because that could also be me being a little bit insensitive. But as a teacher working with kids, I know what could have possibly happened. But I don't want to say this because I think it's insensitive towards the victims. But yeah, alone time is very important. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know. These types of things happen all the time in the US. I think when we think about mass shootings, honestly, we think about the US. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think about mass shootings and think South Africa. It doesn't happen with that. So I don't think Jamaica, or I don't think we don't think places like Asia. We don't think that. When we think mass shootings, unfortunately, the first thing that comes to mind is the US, and it's mostly school shootings, and when they go to concerts and stuff like this, but never necessarily in places like this. So I think, if anything, what I'm learning is that you can never be too careful. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, But yeah, I remember when I came back from my lunch, what my Thai teachers were watching the news. They had like, they it was their lunch break, so they were sitting having their lunch away from the kids. One was with the kids as they should be, but the other one was having her lunch, and I was taking my shoes off, and she was like on this side, nothing. The kids didn't see none of that. It was very much away from everybody, and devastated. As teachers, the reason I think why everybody's devastated. We're not going to say that we are more, but because we work with kids, we know. I'm thinking about my kids in my classes today, and I'm thinking, what if this little baby decides one day to do that? What if, you know what I'm saying? And this is why it's important to speak to them with kindness and to treat them all. I always say in my class, all my kids are being treated the same. Even the naughty ones. I don't care about popularity. I don't care about your mom being a doctor and then, oh, your dad is a dad. I don't give a damn about any of that. In my classroom, there's a strict rule. We are all the same, and I treat them all the same. And even the one that's a little bit, I wouldn't even say naughty, but the one that's just a little bit more challenging to work with, I make it my mission to make them feel seen the most, if anybody. First of all, I get down to their level. I think as an adult, the first thing you need to do when you speak to a child is to go on your knees so you are level with them, so they can see, oh, we are equals in this moment. And I make them feel seen and heard. I have a little boy in my class, like whenever we busy with school, with bookwork, he will always come to me and he would ask me like a bunch of questions and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm like, it's something that he could maybe figure it out. Maybe he's asking me, can he borrow his friend's red pen, color pencil? And for me, what I've realized is he just want to talk to me in that moment. He just needs that closeness. He just wants to feel like somebody's listening to him. So when you deal with kids, and if you have kids, call your children. Make them feel seen. Tell them you love them. Boy, what's going on? So I am a teacher here in Thailand, and yesterday we had a mass shooting. A 14-year-old opened fire. He killed his grandfather at the house in the morning before going to school. He injured 30 people. It's still a developing story, so we don't know how many at this point, but 7 people passed away. He killed himself as well. A 14-year-old, by the way. A 14-year-old. Just so you know. Something is happening in this world that is, and this is why I say love people that love you, okay? And stay clear from people that don't. Stay in environments where you feel safe. On a psychological level, I can only imagine what was going through his head. By the way, owning a firearm in Thailand is illegal. We are living in a broken world. Tell your kids you love them. Okay? Don't be so hard on your children. They don't have to perform for you. They don't have to be straight A students. And again, I'm not saying that I know what happened. What I am saying is this. When kids are not heard, a lot of them revert to violence. The little expectations that you have for your life, for your children, let go of all of that. Okay? The only thing your child should feel at the end of the day is loved and taken care of. They need to shine for you. They need to achieve little goals for you. Let that go. These babies are not getting the help that they need. They are not. You are not speaking life into this. Speak life into your children. Stop having the expectations for them to be straight A students. And are you a straight A student? Now what? Now what? Now you're a doctor. You know, I'm looking at the amount of people that are quitting even in the medical industry. Listen, I was waiting for this to be fulfilling. I'm going to share a video with you guys after this, if I remember, of an Asian man who said he achieved the medical, two actually. He became a doctor. And he couldn't understand it. Where was that feeling? Because we have to achieve a bunch of stuff. We're running after all of these different things. And he said, I'm not going to live my life unhappily because I've achieved a bunch of goals to appease who, for what? Mental illness, like Elijah said, is a real thing. And it all happens right there in the house. We don't know what's happening at school. The only control that we have as parents is to check in, to say, hey, is he doing his work? Is he staying on top of it? Is there anything I can help? Is he being bullied? What happened? You can ask the questions from the school side. And as a parent, I promise you, as a teacher, I want for parents to be on it. Ask your teachers how your children are doing. This little thing of, I'm just too busy. I just got too much going on. I work with kids. I know what I'm talking about. We can see kids who might be problematic. We can see that. When we reach out to the parents, I'm just too busy. I just have so much going on. Honey, you are creating a broken human. And what we know about broken humans is that they go around breaking other people. That little important job can wait. That little boss, they cannot wait for a deadline. They can wait. Your child should come first. Exactly. Hi. First and last name. Okay, y'all. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I can promise you, if you are a person that feels a lot, this can feel like it's happening. It feels like it's happening close to home. If you're a person that feels very deeply, this can feel like it's happening right here. And so, for those of you, I saw some Thai people on here earlier on. For those of you, maybe you have been affected by this. I don't know. My prayer goes out to those people. 50 people have been injured. 7 killed by a 14-year-old. I cannot get over the fact that this baby was that young. I mean, nobody should be doing this, period. But the fact that he's that young, that means that child there was so much going on with him. Okay, let me get off. I need to go to Bangkok. I need to get into the city. So yeah. So I'm gonna see you guys another time. Pray for me. I'm really also struggling to stay on top of things. Like, as you guys know, I'm doing my master's while also working full time. So I'm staying on top of my lesson plans, staying on top of my assignments. There's a whole lot. But yeah, I don't know. Just prayers going out to the families who have been affected by this. It's a terrible time for Thailand right now. I think a lot of tragedies are happening, and especially over this last couple of months, a lot has been going on. And so yeah. If you have kids, if you know kids, just tell them you love them. Just tell them that they have a safe place to come to. Tell them, this is the most important part. Tell them they can talk to you about anything. Because I'm almost certain that a good conversation could have prevented all of this. But yeah, as always, that goes on. Let's take care of this. Okay. Yeah.